What is up, YouTube? Today we are looking at Ice Gollem Hard 10. Behind me you guys can see Artak absolutely decimating the boss with 26 seconds in, 27 seconds in. We've already thrown down the first wave, already dealt with the second wave, and now we are onto the boss, burning him away. A lot of people have been asking me about how do you keep Artak so tanky? How do you keep him alive in Hard 10, in Ice Gollem Hard 10? I'm going to show you guys the builds, the tips and tricks what you can do to make sure you maximize the survivability and you get as much damage into the burns as possible, and try to not proc the passive from the boss. So he's gonna go ahead and throw down the boss. 56 seconds. My best time was done with this team, so I'm going to show you how to build this and how to efficiently run this. Let's get into it. So here he is, here's the main man himself, Artak, the father of Gaelic. He's running a regeneration set. He's running one blood shield, which is very important, as you guys will see. I'm running miracle heal on him. He's got 4-star awakening, and this is awakening that we got, I believe, from a event. We were able to pick up a 4-star Artak. Also, Artak was a 7-day login champion, so a lot of people will have him, but I do understand not everybody was able to pick him up at that point, but you can still summon Artak from a shard. So if you're lucky enough, you can pick up this absolute beast of a champion. The ability that generally gets used for him to burn down the boss is he does the A3 AoE burn for 2 turns. So this burns AoE, it lands it on the 2 ads on the side, and it lands it on the boss as well. So he destroys his HP every time a burn detonates. So we'll start with his passive, just so we need to know how his HP is destroyed, because his A3 actually recovers some of the destroyed HP. It says whenever a HP burn debuff is activated, destroys this champion's max HP by 5%, stacks up to 50%. Now remember, it says activated, not placed. So when you place the HP burn, you will not get your HP destroyed, but once it detonates or once it activates, at that point you will lose 5% of your max HP, and you can destroy your HP that way. There are some downsides to destroying HP, because you are losing HP, of course, but you are gaining a 1% defense of every 1% HP that you destroy, which is nice. It kind of makes him a little bit tankier in a different way, and also increases the champion's speed and resistance. Now, speed increase is very nice because we definitely want to cycle between our abilities, but increased resistance, I don't really like to build for increased resistance, since you don't really want to pick up too many debuffs whenever his HP is not destroyed. So I just build for the defense, and we build a bit for the speed, but not really looking at the resistance too much. Again, he lands AoE burns from the A3, and every time he lands a burn, he does the opposite. So he recovers destroyed HP of 10% for each HP burn debuff placed by the skill. So whenever he activates, he destroys his HP, and whenever he places them, he recovers his HP. So he heals his destroyed HP by 10%. And if the HP burn is debuff is blocked or resisted, then he heals himself by 5%. This is not really going to happen outside of 3%, because you want enough accuracy to land his debuffs. So this is only going to happen if you get 3%ed, but we don't need to worry about that. And then his A2 is fantastic. It does decrease attack, which is fantastic on the boss, because the boss does hit really hard. And the fact that Artak has decreased attack really helps him stay alive on the boss. And he also detonates the HP burns. So now he's landing the burns and he's detonating the burns. He's also landing decreased attack to stay alive. And his AoE detonate make sure that we detonate the burns on the 2 side ads and onto the boss as well. And then we have the A1. The A1 has basically a 45% chance to extend the duration of burns. This is nice whenever you do catch the boss with a burn. You can just A1 and then detonate it off. Emergency heal is very, very good. As we saw earlier, we have blood shield on our champion. So every time that blood shield is broken or expires, which is every turn, he's going to get a little bit of HP back. So I believe it's 6% HP every time he takes a turn. It just adds into the regeneration of 21%, and we have masteries that increase the amount of healing that we are doing. So emergency heal is really, really good. When it comes to blessing, blessings were changed not so long ago. The blessing for 4-star used to be 50 accuracy and 50 resistance. However, they now changed that and they moved it to 5-star blessing. And now you get the accuracy and resistance on 5-star. So if you are thinking about awakening Artak, the best awakening to go for is 3-star. If you get to 4-star, you are going to get to the point where you have 40 or 38% crit damage. You don't really want that crit damage. It's just because even if you have a low chance to crit, like my Artak does, he's got 21% chance to crit, he will crit. And every time you crit, if you do a decent amount of damage, or if you take the boss over the threshold of his passive, he will do an AoE, which is ignore defense, as long as his adds are alive, who will be alive with this team, and he will one-shot you. So you want to try and stay to 3 level awakening. So 3-star awakening is good. 5-star, if you get 5-star, at that point I would say it's worth taking the 5-star, because now you get the 75 accuracy, 75 resistance, and rather than 6% heal, you get the 9% heal, which is much bigger. So a lot better to go with 5-star or just stick with 3-star. Do not take 4-star. This is something that we took way ago. If it's today, I'm not taking this 4-star. We're leaving him 3-star, or we're trying to get him to 5-star. If I ever get a 5-star, I'll definitely apply 5-star to him because it would help with the build a little bit more. Let me go ahead and show you guys the stats. He's 96,000 HP, so really nice HP pool. He will be destroying a lot of the HP. He does have a good base HP of 22k. So if you get HP chest and HP glove on him, you could be moving close to the 90k mark. I would say mine's a bit tanky than what you need. You could probably go around about 85k HP. I have 4k defense. 4k defense is nice. You want to make sure not only are you tanky, but not only do you have high HP, you want to make sure that you survive the normal hits from the boss. So you want to have at least like 4k, 3.7 I'd say. Don't go lower than 3.7, but 4k defense is where you want to be. And then speed, I have 270. Now speed is very important. You can't buy gold speed. I wouldn't go lower than 270. Even though he increases his speed on his passive, you still want him to be quite quick. He has the resistance, but as you saw in the run, he can pick up a debuff from time to time. So whenever he's picking up a debuff, you want to try and take enough turns so you can run off that debuff if you do pick it up. We also have Resurgent Mastery as well, so we'll show you that as well. Resistance wise, I like him at 450 resistance. In this team, we are running Sia lead, so she is giving that extra 40 more resistance. So I'm 444 resistance, which is what I would recommend. And then 350 accuracy is roundabout where you want to get to when it comes to hard 10 teams. Mine's at 343. It should be around about 350, but 343 has been working just fine for me. I'll show you what the masteries are. These are the masteries we're running. We're not running any War Master because we don't want to proc the boss's passive. If the boss procs his passive, it's a straight one-shot. He will end you, and that's not what we want. I've taken Tough Skin for a bit more defense. Boss does all AoE, so we went with AoE damage reduction. We went with the extra healing on the rejuvenation. We have Resurgence, so if we do pick up a debuff, when we get 3%ed, we can basically, every time we get hit and lose 25% HP, we have a 50-50 to get that debuff off us. Delay Death is nice. Every time the boss hits you, become tankier, which is nice. Cycle of Revenge. If the boss does crit, then we can boost our turn meter up, which is also nice. Then we have the accuracy. We have the turn meter boost whenever the debuff falls off, which is going to be our burn and decrease attack. We have the increased accuracy from Swarm Smiter, which we will be making use of. We have Laura Steel for a bit more stats. We have Cycle of Magic, which is nice when it procs. Spirit Haste, because he's kind of like a solo champion when he goes to the boss. Master Hexer for extended burn duration and decreased attack. And Eagle Eye to get our accuracy up there. So those are the stats I'm running on my Artak. That's how we are running him. The rest of the team with Sia, with Archmage, it's basically just a normal setup. And I'm running one food champion in here to, get a little bit of champion training in there. We have Sia, we have Archmage. Sia, I'll show you the stats. She does have 333 crit damage in Savage and Zeal. However, you can get it done for way less than this. My Sia doesn't even have any awakening, so if you have nice crushing rend awakening, you can make her with much less crit damage than I have. Archmage is going to be doing the 3 buffs, and he has immunity, and my Kaima has a shield set, which is giving more buffs for the Sia to strip and do more damage. I'll show you guys the presets as well, but before we show you guys the presets, make sure you like the video, sub to the channel if you guys are enjoying the content, and leave a comment in the comment section down below. Are you guys running Artak, or are you guys running a different burn champion? I know a lot of people are using Sulfurion as their burn champion, which is really, really good because Sulfurion doesn't actually do any attacks. So really, really nice if you're running him. But yeah, let me know. In terms of presets, we have Seer doing Karma Burn on both waves. You can see my Seer is really slow. I just like my Seer to throw down the waves and after that just get out the way. I don't want it to take any turns on the boss, so I've kind of tried to keep a squishy with low speed and just gone all crit damage into whatever damage she can get. So crit damage, Savage and Zeal just worked out. Archmage wants to be faster than Kaima, but not too fast where he takes a turn on the boss. So 150 speed and immunity. He opens with the buffs, and that's all we need. On the boss, he doesn't really take a turn, so it doesn't really matter what his presets are, as long as he's doing his buffs on the wave. The food champion is just there. Kaima does not reset on the first wave, he resets on the second wave. And on the boss wave, he immediately gets thrown down. And on the Artak, since he goes first on the first wave, we go ahead and take the burns. And after the burns, Seer will just throw down the wave. Second wave, we just do A1 because we want to save our abilities for the boss. So that's how the presets are looking. I'll show you guys another run with this team. It is pretty consistent. I do like the way the team works. Again, if Ice Gollem decides to proc his passive, he will just straight up one-shot you. That is just the way it is. You can reduce the chances of that happening by reducing your damage, making sure you don't crit the boss, making sure whenever you do crit, you don't have too much damage. Here we picked up a debuff again, we picked up decreased defense, and you'll see my Artak is quick enough, and there he procced Resurgent as well. But yeah, the debuff just falls off, and then we can just keep going. So I would say run about 270. If he can't really get the stats, at least go faster than the boss. I believe 250 speed is enough for you to go before the boss. So if you can get 270, great. If not, go around 250. We've gotten decreased accuracy, but again, we proc the Resurgent Mastery, which is really nice. We are getting the extra heals from Miracle Healing, which is also helping with our survivability. And here we go. Can we just get a last hit? And there it is. That is the team. That is the run. I am enjoying this team right now. It is why I run for fusions. It's why I run for gear events. If there is some sort of event that I need to complete with Ice Gollem, this is the team I'm running. I am thinking about building a duo team. I'm just looking for the perfect champion to pair with Artak. So if you guys want a duo team, let me know in the comment section down below. Sub to the channel, like the video, and yeah, enjoy the team, enjoy running Artak in Ice Gollem, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.